Hello guys, today I will be reviewing patch 11.1. This is the first patch of 2021 and the rank season will be starting in 2 days once this video is uploaded. So I just want to explain what the biggest changes are, some things to watch out for in your climb, and let's just get right into it. Here is the summary of the patch changes. So a couple buffs, updates. This is actually buffs for Yasuo and Yoni. I'll get into it in a bit. And then some nerfs, item changes, and yeah, we'll just get right into this. I'll just start by the most important part. I know a lot of you guys that watch my videos like Rise, so I'll get right into this. Mana cost has decreased per level, so you'll feel the buff around level 5 mostly, like level 5, level 7, level 9. It's a pretty nice quality of life buff, but it doesn't really do anything from late game, but it makes this early game a little bit easier. I thought this would be like absolutely useless buff, but hey, it actually feels pretty nice in lane, so I'll take it, you know. Anything's better than nothing. Let's go into the second most important changes. Well, I mean, I personally I think this is the most important change, but in terms of like what you guys prioritize, most likely, right? A lot of Rise players in the audience. So let's talk about Yoni and Yasuo. So what they did is they give more crit chance per item crit, right? So 15% used to give them, it just doubled it, right? So 15% would convert to 30% crit chance, but now 15% converts to 38% crit chance because they upped the ratio. What this means is that before, once Yoni and Yasuo got 2 crit items, let's say for example, like Gale Force and Bloodthirster, right? 20% crit each. That adds up to 40, times 2 it, 80, right? No, now we have 20% times 2, 40%, that adds up to 100%. So they don't have to wait and get a third crit cloak item to reach 100%. So this is actually really significant buff. They lose a little bit of AD growth and conversion ratios, but it's okay. I think that is a pretty damn good buff, although they call it an adjustment. And we'll go into the other important changes, Mane Mune and Muramana. So people were asking, hey, Strompest, do you think that this item will be good on mages again now that it reapplies damage on spells for AP champions? I don't think so, because this item costs 300 more gold. That's a lot of gold. It may not seem significant, but that's basically like a free kill or like a wave and a half of gold, right? So I don't think it'll be good because of how more expensive it gives. Also, the ratio of the on-hit or on-spell effect, before it would do 4% mana, max mana damage, now it does 2.5%. So that's like the difference of doing, let's say, Orianna QWs, right? Let's say it does 75 damage each. That's 150 extra damage. But now, because of the reduced ratio, that'd only be 100 damage. So you're missing out on like 50 damage in that theoretical scenario. So no, I do not think this item will be good on AP champions. Right, and they also buffed Ionians. Same cost, just 5 more ability haste. Pretty significant actually. So this is going to be a bit more viable on obviously the champs that already enjoy it, but Rise as well. If you can't afford Sorks or Mercs, you can always just get some Ionian boots if you just have 600 gold in the bank. Archangel staff changes. It's mostly just a build path change. Instead of building out of Sapphire Crystal, it now builds out of Amplifying Tome, so feels a little nice, you know. Don't have to just get a Sapphire, that doesn't really build into anything. Yeah, I mean, that's about it for those. Now they also changed Runan's Hurricane. It's 900 gold cheaper. It does less damage though, but it's really good for champions that utilize on-hit effects, such as like Kog'Maw, Kai'Sa, and all them, and they don't have to buy a really expensive item to utilize it. So that's pretty nice. Alright, now let's take a look at these. They kind of make it look insignificant in like the patch page, but like these are pretty important changes. Let's just go from the top to bottom. So Dustblade, they shifted the damage from the on hit to the item itself. So it's 5 more 80, but it does less like on hit activation damage. This one they gave 10 ability haste, really significant, but they nerfed the active damage by 35, and also a little bit of ratio. So pretty nice in terms of ability haste, just a little less bursty though. These AP items are pretty significant. Like the damage on the actives on these two went down significantly. It's only at 125 now. Before, it used to be 175 to 250. Like, the damage of this thing basically halved late game. That's fucking huge. They did add 10 AP and 100 HP to compensate, but I'd much rather have just the active damage as opposed to those stats. So I feel like this is kind of a nerf to these two. So don't like it as much. As for Trinity Force, 10 less 80, so that means people that attack a lot, auto attack a lot, kind of don't benefit as much. But those that use their spell cast a lot benefit because they got 10 more ability haste. All in all, don't think the relative strength of Triforce goes down too much. But certain champs will benefit from this change, other champs will suffer a little bit from this change. But ability haste is always nice, I think. Goredrinker, this parentheses here is the most important part of Goredrinker. So before, if you were like 1% HP, no, that's not realistic, 10% HP, right? And you Goredrinker, you'd be full health. You'd gain like 60% of your missing health back. But now it's calculated sequentially, which means if they hit 4 champions, instead of giving 60% of the missing health at the start, it decreases every time, every champion you hit. So let's say you hit 2 champions, it's gonna heal you for 12% of your original missing health, and then probably like 10% afterwards. So it keeps going down. So this is pretty good. You can't just be playing Aatrox and just Goredrinker the enemy team at 10% health and just be at max health anymore. Probably. Maybe Aatrox can still do it, but some other champs can't. This one, more ability haste, less AD, a little bit less damage. Yeah, I mean, those are the main shifts for that. Grievous Wounds change, just lasts longer, so that's kind of nice. Shirelia's, this is the move speed item, you know, when you can give your teammates move speed and zoom zoom. Gives a little bit more move speed, so that's pretty nice for that item. Xayah has better wave clear and shorter cooldown on the wave clear, as well as less mana cost, so Xayah, they're trying to bring Xayah back into meta. So I guess that's kind of nice for Xayah. Qiyana got extra AD and health regen, so pretty good buff for her. I mean, 280, it may not seem like much, but it's kind of good. You know, Qiyana players take those. Pantheon ratio nerf on his W. I don't think it matters too much, honestly. It's his early game is a little bit weaker, but this basically doesn't change the champion at all. He's still pretty OP. Alpha Strike, so Yi's Q will be on a longer cooldown now, especially late game. So I guess Yi nerf. I don't know why they really did that, but okay. And then extra 10 on the shield per level, so that's pretty nice for Karma support and I guess mid if you play Karma mid. They buffed Meganar, so Meganar does more damage now, slows for even more. Got a little bit of range on his little hop. And gets more attack speed for longer, or just attack speed for longer, not more attack speed, by 2 seconds. Fiddlestick's nerf, his jungle clear is nerfed a little, just because they added a second on the cooldown. So yeah, I mean, that is mostly it. I mean, patch isn't too big. I'd say the biggest patch changes on the patch are probably Yasuo and Yoni and the items they changed. Mostly Muramana, Runans, Night Harvester, Rocket Belt. I consider those nerfs. Some might not, but I really consider them nerfs. Especially the champions that want to take those champions don't really need health. They want to burst people down. So yeah, I feel like those items are kind of weaker than before now. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something regarding the new patch notes. I hope you guys will have a good time in solo queue, and may you climb and prosper in Season 11. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time.